Alright guys, before we get into the video, I want to tell you guys to join the crusade today. Get awesome perks and rewards. Get access to discounts on the website. Don't forget to check out our website down below as well. Get access to awesome products and sometimes some only members-only products. But if you guys want to support the channel, check out that website. Get some awesome gear, awesome merch. It goes a long way. Huge shout out again, and let's get into the video.
What is good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you guys here with, that is right, a ban list discussion video. Now, most of you know, if most of you don't know, I normally don't do these because I feel like all the main YouTubers out there milk this dry. It blows my mind how much content they get from the ban list. And this channel was built on live content, so as most of you guys know, I try to do live combos, live deck profiles, live duel videos. I try to avoid all the online and all that stuff. That's why I prefer to do remote duel stuff over doing like YuGiOh Pro, Dueling Book, and stuff like that. I prefer that, and that's what this channel is founded on. But I haven't done a ban list discussion in quite a while, which is kind of crazy for sure. So move my microphone up here a little bit closer. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and discuss, some things real quick. If you guys want to help support the channel, please check out the links down in the description below. Anything you guys put towards the channel, I put back into it. This is not my full-time job, so any little bit of help goes a long way. I actually am super happy to announce that we have another mat in production, which has been fueled by my recent love for Infernobles. So stay tuned for that and check that out. Being done by my artist, Midnight Dreams. He is phenomenal. Always go to him for all that type of stuff. Now, let's go ahead and get away from that and discuss why the reason you guys are here is either A, you're bored, B, you want to talk about a ban list too, or C, you're actually genuinely interested in my opinion of the ban list, or it's D, which is all the above, or it's E, you don't even know what I'm talking about and somehow YouTube algorithm puts you here. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and discuss the ban list. So I think without a doubt, there'll be some bias, some saltiness in this, so do keep that in mind. But without a doubt, I believe we all can agree that VFD, that very fun dragon, that true king of all calamities, has got to go. There should not be a card like it that exists. And I can even say the same thing about Zexal, but oh, Konami, man. Konami is out there making more Zexal support and just confirmed a Utopia structure deck. So Zexal is probably going to be here for a long time. But VFD doesn't have to be, so we all can agree without any sort of debate, VFD needs to go. And if you disagree, let me know. I'll send you my address. I have a really nice longsword that one of my members bought me that I would love to meet you, so let me know. But moving on, as far as ban cards go, guys, I don't think Crystron Halifabrax and LP, Guard Dragon LP, I believe those cards are getting power crept out. I know some people are going to be like, what? Crystron's not getting power crept out. It actually kind of has. There's not even really any meta decks that are playing it. It sees most of its play, if you ask me, within practically Infernobles, probably the closest thing to a tier 2 deck that plays it. And let's be honest, you stop Hulk, you stop, everything. Hulk is only as good as what it can summon, and you guys will be like, well, they had to ban 13 plus tuners to make it even come over here. Well, guys, let me argue with this. A little bit of bread or food for your thought. What if I told you that all those tuners were just inherently busted? Like Destrudo was, as much as you'd like to believe, a powerful balanced card. It was not that because it was instant rank 7. And a dragon that could reduce and use level manipulation, just like Level Eater that had nothing to do with Hulk. But what if, just bear with me, all these tuners were broken and Hulk was just the excuse that Konami needed to get rid of all of them at once? There I go. I said it. Just my opinion. And that's even before I even got Hulk. I was playing Hulk and Krystrons before it was cool, and that's still my opinion, is Hulk is fine. Same with LP. I believe LP, we have seen LP get power crept out tremendously to the point to where now even if Konami touched LP, Dragon Link will just be like, okay, and just move on over. Now, back to Crystron Halifabrax. With Crystron Halifabrax, it's a little bit different because we had all this fear, all this stuff that we were seeing from the OCG of how Hulk is such a busted, broken card, and then Konami either hasn't given us that stuff or they gave it to us and didn't give us to Hulk. And now all the stuff that was with Hulk that made Hulk super terrifying and scary is now gone. Yeah. Just, again, my opinion. This is where probably the opinions will differ. Like I said, the only thing I believe that is not up for debate is VFD, if you disagree. Otherwise, resort to option A, which is contact me down below and come meet my longsword. Anyway, I think that's about it for ban. Oh no, how could I forget? Verte Anaconda is on this list for me as well. And not really Verte, hate to see it, but I would rather Dragoons go, keep the utility of Verte being able to help out any other deck. And you're going to be like, well, Dragoons is not that bad of a card. Disagree. The fact that you can set up a board or you can play through a board and all you need to do is squeeze out 2 monsters to make Dragoons, and Dragoons just blows out the entire game. A card like Dragoons should not exist. They are cards on the ban list that do much less than Dragoons, and they're still banned. And Dragoons has easy access to any. Imagine like any deck having a masterpiece. That's just practically it. Any deck has access to a masterpiece, a almost worse masterpiece. Like blows me to the wall. Now this is where my salt levels will be a little bit there, so my opinion might be a little bit biased, pretty big bias, because I have been able to get whacked by this card way too many times because of the easy accessibility. I really struggled with that word, guys. Like I had like 3 times to record this video, I could not think of the word accessibility. 17th time's the charm. But accessibility is the key to this. Every deck has it. I even gave my Cyber Dragon player the benefit of the doubt. He's going to make Verte send Power Load, and that's going to be the honorable way to use this card. No, he just sent Red Eyes Fusion and almost won off of 1 Dragoon, which is crazy. A card like Dragoon should not exist. However, a card like Dragoon that is hard to make should only be played in its respected decks, such as Red Eyes and Dark Magician. Now, to me, I don't care. To be completely honest with you, I don't care. Get rid of Verte, get rid of Dragoons. Konami, I don't care. Just the accessibility that every deck has that card. Oh, I'm a tier 3 deck, but I can put out Dragoons and win. That's not, the tier 3 deck's not doing anything. Dragoons is doing that. It's almost just like Zodiac. Well, whoa, okay, comments, slow down there. It's not like Zodiac. It's almost like back then when everyone played Zodiac. It was like, oh, I'm playing the Subterra Zodiac. No, you're playing a worse Zodiac deck. Let's break it down. That's what's happening. And that's kind of similar to decks that are thriving or using a lot of their dependency on the Dragoon. Is you're not playing, and I'm going to thrash Cyber Dragon because it's the thing that pops in my mind, but to all my Cyber Dragon players, I do not hate Cyber Dragon. Really enjoy the deck. You're not playing, if your deck is reliant on that Verte in order to do what it's trying to do, you are not playing a Cyber Dragon deck. You're playing a worse Dragoon Turbo deck using Cyber Dragons. Practically it. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. This is America. We're allowed to have these over here. We're still allowed to have these. I don't know how much longer that will last, considering the way that everything's going. But we are not political. We're just going to keep moving on. But yes, in my opinion, Verte needs to go, or Dragoons need to go. Konami, don't care. Answer it. I'll be a happy camper. You answered the Buster Lock, and you answered that. The least you can do is answer the other thing. You know, the least you can do is answer Dragoon now. It's had its time. But anyway, moving on. Let's just go ahead and talk about Limited. I don't really have a lot of cards on here for Limited, and actually the rest of my predictions and list is not going to be that extravagant. But Limited, let's be honest. Again, not up for debate, just like VFD. Benton has got to go. 2-1. I do believe that inherently Ritual is the weakest mechanic, so it does need cards that allow you to get that much resource in order to play the game. But again, very much again, I think the amount of times that Drytron Ritual summon is twice. So is it really Ritual, or is it just like combo heavy, link spamish stuff, you know? I don't know. I think so. So at that point, if you limit Ben 10, you still give Rituals access to a powerful card, or just more so Drytron access to Ben 10, which still allow you to get that crazy recurability, but only you get to use it once. Now, you can play Megalith, which Megalith allows you to use it like 2 or 3 more times. So 1 Ben 10 does the work of all 3 Ben 10, and it just makes for more fair play, you know? Your opponent is not just going +7 and ending on a Herald of Ultimatus, or is normal summoning or tribute summoning for that Vanity's Ruler, which practically means no interactive play, just like VFD over here does. So, just my opinion, Rituals do not need Ben 10 ban. Rituals need it limited to slow them down, but while making them still playable, and still making the mechanic really much, you know, fair in the sense of comparative to the other mechanics. I don't disagree. I do believe that Ben 10 should go to 1 and that Ben 10 should not be banned. I do think that Rituals need some slack there. We haven't had a good Ritual deck since Necross, and even then, arguably, that was more of a Ritual deck than Drytron is, because Drytron, like I said, Ritual summons twice, whereas the entire Necross archetype is Ritual hand traps, so you have a lot more Ritual interaction that way. As far as still on the like things that should go to 1, maybe you could argue that maybe you could put Drytron Nova there. Do have a little bit more direct hit, but I don't see no point in doing that. I really don't. So I guess we'll move on to semi-limited. Semi-limited, I believe, Call by the Grave should be at semi-limited or unlimited. The simple fact that they tried to hype us up for Designator Nobleman of the Crossout, Designators, whatever that one card that was supposed to replace Call by the Grave, and we never got it, which pretty much just proves Konami used this to sell triple tactical talents, which is very upsetting. It almost makes me want to put on my bucket helmet and my sword and go crusade there to change the entire company. But I am but just a one man. But anyway, very upsetting that Konami did that. But Call by 3 needs to come back to 2 since they did not give us No Man's Crossout. Tactical Talents has had its time. Come on, I mean, really, it has. It's had its time. Give us Call by to 2, or give us Crossout Designator. One of the two. That's my only thing right there. But I think Call by has done its time. Konami has always been stupid with this card. I am not going to sugarcoat it. They put it to 2. Now they put it to 1 without. The first time they put it to 2, there was no reason to put it to 2. It was very upsetting when they did that because it was like, Konami, you're printing all these hand traps, but you're going to give us a card to counter them, then limit the card. I think that someone got fired for that, I'd almost say. But anyway, Call by's at 1. Move it to 2, move it to 3, or give us Crossout Designator. Not much more can be said. As far as unlimited, you could roll a dice and find a card on there that needs to be unlimited. Konami has cards that have been on there for 10 plus years that need to come off. But for my once, I want Satellar Knight Ptolemaios to come off. Satellar Knight was the first competitive deck I ever played, and I want to be able to make Pleiades again in Satellars. I want to be able to make Cyber Dragon Infinity in Satellars. So, and let's be honest, Satellars just need some support, whether it be from the ban list or Konami actually giving them. I think they're the only Duelist Alliance archetype that has not got a wave of support. But anyway, that's about it. Maybe Malicious come to 3. That would be really nice. Just because they've always played with that card too. And Heroes, as good of a rogue deck it does, it's kind of like a glass cannon. You hit or you miss with it. It is what it is. Other than that, I really don't have anything much. May heck even give Heroes a Hero Lives back to 3 for all I care. There's just so many cards on that could become unlimited, but a lot of the majority of the ones that exist, they have given back. So good on Konami for that. So other than that, guys, I think that's going to wrap up the video here. Like I said, all these are my opinions, except VFD and Benton. You know it. The Drytron players, the virtual players, they know it. Konami knows it. Your mother who doesn't even play the game knows it. And your grandma knows cards like that should not exist. But if they continue to, your boy here might just actually go and play competitive Uno. You never know. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to stay safe out there. And happy crusading.